Okay. When did we meet last? We met last on Thursday, right? We did something about the water cycle. Remember that at all?
We did like
We had terms called precipitation. Precipitation. Were you here?
we wrote stuff on the paper.
Yes. Precipitation
I don't.
was water falling to the ground as rain or snow. That is called precipitation. Condensation is small drops of water that form on a cold surface. You ever had like a can of soda and it just starts getting all wet on the outside? That's condensation. Or have you ever like taken a really hot shower and it gets the mirror all foggy?
Because, when it's like it gets wet, it's like I think that is like it's like cold.
Yeah, this is all what the water is doing. Collection means getting it together from different places, bringing it all together like in a dam or a lake. All right, and let us talk about this. Did you see any of these kind of water cycles this weekend? No?
I saw all of them.
You saw all of them.
I saw the snow, I saw the cow, I saw the rain.
You did?
What about the rain? It was like in a kind of like a forest.
Okay,
But like kind of flat.
okay.
But I wanted to go there, but we couldn't.
Ah, bummer. I saw lots of beautiful tree colors and grass. It's all changing at this time of year.
Like five. My mom found one. We're like middle of the town.
This is called the drop goes plop. A cloud forms high up in the sky. It grows bigger and bigger and bigger. Mommy, what is a cloud? A cloud is millions of drops of water. The sun's heat pulls them out of the sea. She's saying there are all sorts of clouds. There are ice clouds and thunder clouds and rain clouds like this one. A strong wind blows the cloud over hills and fields and little towns. I thought so. I can see the drops of water. Let's follow that really big drop. That one big drop. That's my dog's voice. I'm using my dog's voice with you for the little seagull. Raindrops fall from the cloud. The drop goes plop. It runs down the baby gull's feathers. When the cloud gets heavy, the drops fall out as rain. If it is really cold, the drops freeze and fall as snow or hail. We know about that in Minnesota, don't we? We know about that snow and hail. Down, down falls the drop until, splash, it lands in a flowing river. It's coming off of the bird, it's going down into the tree, it's going down the tree, it's getting into the ground, and it's flowing into the river. The drop is carried along the river past houses and under bridges.
But how do you see the drop?
You can't see the drop anymore. That's how you go. It's now among many, many drops in the river.
Does it pop in the water?
Does it what?
Does it pop in the water?
It plops, plop. That's how it makes the sound. Rivers start as tiny streams on mountains. They are filled with water from lakes and springs. Rain falls and adds more water to the rivers. So this is collection. This is getting more and more tiny drops into a bigger body of water. At last, the drop floats into a peaceful reservoir. Then a dam is opened. The reservoir is a lake with a dam at one end. Water is stored here until people need it. Poor drop. It is sucked into a water treatment plant and pushed up a pipe into a water tower. Where's it going now? Water has to be cleaned before humans can use it because dirty water can make people sick.
But where does the in the ocean? And when it rains, does it like overflow or no?
Sometimes stuff does overflow. If there's too much rain for the space, yeah, it can overflow a reservoir because it'll only hold a certain amount. People use water for all sorts of things: washing, cleaning, cooking, even swimming. My favorite. The drop gushes out of the faucet and into a bath. Now it is in Sam's hair. The shampoo bubbles foam and splatter. The drop swishes around and around the tub. It swirls down the drain. Poor drop! It whooshes down a pipe into the sewers. What is in the sewers?
Purity.
Right. What you flush in the toilet, what you put down the drain, that is down in the sewer. At the water treatment plant, the drop travels through tanks and filters. It is squeaky clean again. It passes through a pipe that leads to... The water gets dirty after it's been used and has to be cleaned again. It is now going back to the sea. The drop rises up into the air again. It joins millions of other drops in a cloud. Mommy, will we ever see my special drop again? Maybe. Water moves in a never-ending cycle. Over and over again. Then the drop goes plop. This amazing journey starts all over again. Over and over and over. That is why it is called a water cycle. It's an action that happens again and again.
So how does the water get back up there?
How does the water get where?
Yeah.
Back into the cloud?
Here.
Okay, well, it has gone up into the cloud. It's heated. And in the sky, the water cools and the water droplets form clouds. The water rises up from trees and plants. And clouds move over the land. You've seen
How
clouds.
when the dirt dry and the rain goes in it, that means wasting.
Not really. It's going to come out. And sometimes it doesn't. You're right. Sometimes it doesn't rain enough. And it gets very dry.
Does the water leak like when you're like all the way almost like the end of the mat? Or like does it like leak when it's like
A cloud leaks. When a cloud is leaking, it's raining. Or it's misting. Or it's snowing.
Rain like out of the mat.
It just gets to a certain point. It just comes out.
Well, like
It gets heavy enough. When the cloud gets too heavy, there we go. The water comes out as rain.
like say how about the rain like the flows like the grass was dry and when the rain comes in it just like dries.
It does, but it waters it. The rain is there. It makes an effect.
But how about
It turns it green.
like mostly all the rain gets the water and it just go on the grass.
That's okay. Everything needs water. Don't you think?
Like no, like I'm saying how about it waste like the water for the grass.
I don't know.
So when it waters the grass, then it just goes through the ground, seeps through the ground, and then there's something underneath. A lot of times people have something called a well. Like I have a well at my house, and that's how we get the water into our house. So there's a reservoir underneath the ground, and all the water collects that rains. When it rains, it seeps through all the dirt and the rocks, and it goes into our well, and then that's how we get water into our house. That's how our water is clean. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Lots of different ways. And then sometimes that water just flows off into a puddle, and then the sun does what to it?
Takes it.
Yeah, takes it
Right. Puts it all back up into a cloud again. And it just keeps going over and over and over. What is a cloud? How can you describe a cloud?
Fluffy.
What if we're talking about water that is wet? That is right. And what is making it wet?
When I was a little kid, I thought clouds are like cotton candy. I didn't think you can make
They look like it sometimes. What makes them wet? Just a minute. Just a sec.
When the rain goes up.
Right, exactly. See, we have this all going up here. The cloud forms high up in the sky because there's millions of drops of water in a cloud. So what happens when a cloud gets heavy, Dylan?
The water drops.
Yes, as rain. Or what else? What do we have around here that it can drop out of the cloud as? In coldness.
Ice.
Mm-hmm. Ice and starts with the S.
Snow.
Snow. Are you looking forward to snow? No. All right. So let's see, what else can we do? Oh, water has to be cleaned in what? Do you ever think of that? Do you ever think of like, where does that water go that goes down the drain? Or where that water goes when you flush the toilet?
In the sea.
But it has to get cleaned up first because we don't want that going directly into the sea.
It goes like in there.
Right, because the dirty stuff makes people sick.
Wait, but does that wash it? And then it goes to the sea.
This is the water treatment plant. This is cleans it up so we can drink it and use it. And then we use the water for all sorts of different things. The drop swishes around and around the tub, goes down the drain. It whooshes down a pipe into the sewers, and in the sewers, in the water treatment plant, there are tanks and filters.
Wait, so
Tanks and filters, and it gets cleaned up.
wait, so when the rain comes, so when the water comes down, does the water get dirty?
By what we do with it, if it's just coming out of the sky as rain, it
Like
usually doesn't get dirty.
When it goes back to the ground, it goes to one of the things
Uh-huh.
that is dirty.
Nope. It's not usually, no.
Wait,
Yeah.
but,
That's why we try to keep our air clean, and that's why we try to keep our ground clean, because otherwise we can make it dirty by the rain getting here and touching stuff that's dirty, or going through air that's dirty.
I have a fridge, and it's like there's water inside, and it's like you put a cup, but it's like it has like infinite water.
Mm-hmm.
But where does the water come from?
Out of where?
Like the fridges?
Out of the fridges. There's usually a pipe.
Oof.
This is your pipe in there. She gave it to you.
My grandma does not have a pipe.
No.
It works. I thought it just like
Benjamin.
melts into water. The movie goes on forever.
Are you looking forward to snow? You are. What do you like to do with the snow? Go sledding.
I like
Does
sledding,
this
but
hill over here get used for sledding?
Yes, they do use that.
Okay, because I saw that with just grass on it, and I'm like, that is an excellent sledding hill.
They do.
That
I
is
like
so
sledding,
nice.
but it's like I don't like snow that much because it's cold.
Right,
Oh,
right.
I just feel cold.
Are you looking forward to any different weather? Or do you like the rain just to be rain? You like snow? It is kind of interesting once the weather
Like when it's
changes.
smooth and you go down it, it's like super fast.
Yes, super fast. Okay, ultimately, where is our water going? We saw it. It is ultimately going to, what's on the next page? Passes through a pipe, so it's been all cleaned
That
up.
leads
It
to
leads to,
a thing that
do you
cleans the
remember?
water
Once it's all cleaned up, where's it gonna go?
to the ocean.
Yes! The sea. The drop rises up into the air again. It joins millions of other drops in a cloud.
I never seen a rainbow in the ocean. Yeah.
Essentially, all you need to get a rainbow is a cloud with some rain coming out of it and the sunshine. And just the right angle. And that's all you need to get a rainbow.
Sometimes you can make sometimes you can make rainbow with like the video game things that flash like behind it.
What time What is it?
Oh, it's 9:05.
Okay. So, is there anything in this cycle that surprises you? Is there anything in here that you didn't know before?
That
Would you give a thumbs up? When you have it, give a thumbs up.
Yes.
I went to the sea.
You didn't know that it goes to the sea? Yeah, I know. Isn't it interesting to just think about that? It falls on a mountain, and it just keeps going and going and going until it's ultimately in the ocean. Is there anything that surprised you? Did it surprise you how many raindrops are in a cloud? Never thought of that. You ever thought about how much a cloud weighs when it's full of water like that? How much do you think it
I learned
weighs?
that I forgot like this thing cleans the water.
Mm-hmm. Water treatment. A water treatment plant. Mm-hmm. Yes. Great. Water treatment plant. And then this is a big water tower. I know you have at least one here in Albert Lea.
I saw there's like a pool, like a pool there that the water comes down. And that's like a water. Then they go like clean water in there.
Mm-hmm.
It makes like a water bottle.
Yes. Benjamin. Anything about the process that was surprising to you? No? I personally appreciate, I like that they make my water clean for me to drink. Because dirty water can make you sick. Dirty water makes you sick. So sometimes if you're just horribly, horribly thirsty and you see just a puddle or something, you can't necessarily just go, I have to drink it, because you don't know where it's been.
Like
You don't.
dirt water.
Yeah, ooh, muddy water.
And then brown is.
Yeah, it's gross. So I feel that we are very lucky that we have water treatment plants.
Me and my, sometimes when I go on like places, I see that with like a big circle thing down here.
I
Mm-hmm.
know, I see that too, but it's like there's like stairs up there.
Yeah, like.
Yes,
things.
you're right. You're right. They're very, yes.
It's like,
You know the one I'm talking about. I've seen that here in town.
it's like I think it was like at the library.
But yeah,
Yes, it is near the library. Correct? Correct.
it's like blue. Oh yeah.
It's white. It looks weird. It needs to get painted.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you guys drink enough water every day?
Kind of.
Kind of. I know.
Sometimes
You
run
can't.
out of water.
You can't just sit there and go, "Oh, I'm gonna drink a soda, and that's gonna be water." No. Just drinking just plain old
Wait,
water.
can we like
It's good for
do
you.
the thing like it's like you put water and you know like
I put
those
more water.
packets that like taste like something?
Oh, like the drop things to
Yeah.
make it a little bit flavored. Yes, that helps. All right. We have done what we can do today.
You have 5 minutes if you want.
I
Do you
do?
want them to?
Oh,
Yeah.
look at you. You're magical. Do you have crayons, or do they need to go get them, or what do we do?
I have or a pencil, whatever they want.
Okay.
Here's kind of stuff.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
When you're all done.
Okay. This is what we're going to do. I would like it. I'd appreciate it if you can kind of draw this water cycle, right?
Like draw like
Right? You have to have an ocean. You draw an ocean.
or like draw like this whole picture.
Yes, the whole thing.
Or
like an
I'm gonna take it
ocean.
Like that.
And then it goes up to a cloud. See, you can make little arrows to say it starts here, and then it goes up to a cloud, and then it rains, and it goes down a river, and then it goes back in the ocean. See, and then this can be a problem too if it doesn't rain enough. Your crops won't grow, and your forests get really dry, and it makes them easier to burn if stuff is dried out. And right now, that's what's happening with the
It
corn in
turns
the
like to
fields,
red.
correct?
Turn to
They're
red.
drying out.
And
Yep,
is that what's
To
happening?
get ready for harvest.
That's
yeah.
right. So the
Yes,
corn in the
turn to
fields around you, around us, are getting all yellow and dried out. Do you have a pencil? All right. You start with an ocean. Let's make an ocean.
Yes. Yep.
This is my ocean. This has some waves on it. A little bit of water. That's my ocean. I'm gonna put a ship on it too.
We're adding more to it.
Nah, I'm just putting a ship on it. And then the water, I'm gonna go up to a big cloud. That is my awesome cloud. It's big and poofy. Looks like a pile of mashed potatoes. What were you saying, cotton candy? That's right, sometimes it could just be mashed potatoes. And then, after it's up in that cloud, it's gonna get heavy. What color is a cloud that's gonna rain?
White.
That's gonna, yes, it's gray, isn't it? It's full of water. And if you looked up in the sky and you saw a gray cloud, and then you saw a white cloud, which one do you think is gonna get rained on you? The gray one. See, so sometimes you can tell, I gotta get an umbrella because those clouds look like they're gonna rain on me.
Can you quick sketch your stuff and then you can go because you have 2 minutes before you're done with us anyway. So can you quick sketch the rest of the cycles of the parts of the water cycle, Dylan? So Dylan, that means stop coloring that and just do a sketch of everything else. Look what Miss Lee did. She just drew outlines of it, right? She didn't color it in.
Which one is my rainy one?
I forgot where the water comes in.
Great. That's my rainy one. And then it's gonna go where? It'll go down on the ground. It'll go down in a river, down in a river, a mountain. Did anyone ever live in a mountain with a forest? Oh, I have. At the bottom of the mountain was a river, and that's where all the water went when it rained. It went down into the river, and it did go to the ocean. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's where the river emptied. It emptied into the ocean. Ta-da! And it's just a big cycle, and then it gets back into the water and goes around and around.
If you have all the parts of your water cycle on there, go ahead and put your name at the top.
The ocean.
On the boat.
That's the boat. It's little.
Oh.
All right, Dylan, are you done? Did you get your name on there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Woohoo!
thank you.
Thank you.